This video is sponsored by Grubhub.
But we haven't yet established if they exist, so I want to know.
Where does the human energy go when we die?
But that's not evidence that there are ghosts, just because we don't know where.
There's also no evidence that there's not ghosts.
Hey. What's up, guys? Welcome to Hot Take, the show where we have smart people argue about really absurd things. Every week, we give our defendant a fresh hot take that they have to defend against our prosecution.
Spread the love. I don't need to pay for that. I will
Also, first thing that was said.
Both teams compete for amazing prizes, and there are a few curveballs along the way. The defendant has a whole week to prepare their argument while our prosecution comes in completely blind. Can our defendant maintain their questionable hot take, or will our prosecution poke holes in their defense?
Accepting reality.
I thought that was the question.
Okay, let's find out on Hot Take. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Hot Take. This is the show where pretty smart people argue and debate about really absurd things. What happens is we have a prosecution right here, and they have no idea what they're going to be arguing about today. We have a defendant who has a point they're going to try to make, and no one knows except for them. Who wins? I get to decide. Okay, so let's get to know today's prosecution. We got Ashton, Herrild. How are you doing today?
Peachy.
Oh, nice. Dan Hodapp. Dan, how are you?
Super.
And was it James Larson? Great. Do you want to say?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
Now, most importantly, we have our defendant, the person that the eyes of the nation fall upon, Brittnay Johnston.
Hi.
Brittnay, how are you?
I'm great.
If you had to put money on Are You Winning Today, what would you say?
I'm putting money on it. Everything I own.
Wow. I love the confidence right there. We have a prize today. And as you all might know, I love magic. I love potions. I love the idea that the material realm isn't all there is. And because of that, I went a searching. I got you a potion today. We don't know what this is. We don't know what's in it. We don't know who made it. We don't know if it's dangerous. And if you win today, it's all yours. So the stakes are high, friends.
Magic.
What are you going to be trying to convince our prosecution of today?
Today I will be convincing you all that ghosts are real and they're nice.
The floor is yours, prosecution. Who wants to ask the first question of our defendant, who's going to try to prove ghosts are real and they're nice?
Sort of a semantics question. How do you define nice?
That's a great question because I did write down the definition. Nice can be defined as agreeable, pleasant, or satisfactory. So that's the definition I'm working with here.
How can you make a generalization? Let's just think, let's believe that ghosts are real. I'll give you that for this question. How can you make a generalization about all spectres and all, things that they're all nice and not mean-spirited? Why do we have the connotation that they are mischievous, or the belief?
So you're making the point that when we think about ghosts, we shouldn't make them one homogeneous category, that there's diversity of perspective and experience within the ghost community.
They're ghosts of different people, right?
Of course.
But so when they die, they're just like, I'm nice now.
I think you're viewing nice in terms of a personality of a ghost and not nice in the sense that, isn't it nice that we have some indication that there is some realm beyond the earthly one?
Is that power? Is that they're nice, like, well, I can't
I'm
ask another
saying
question.
it is nice of them. When ghosts reveal themselves or make themselves known, they're giving us a little gift. That is nice of them, regardless of if they're demonic, mean, happy, nice, whatever their personalities are. It is nice to get a sign from the other side.
Riddle me this, though. If ghosts are real, as you posit, and they are nice, why are they not revealing themselves in a mass event so that there could not be this argument on Earth?
You have 60 seconds to respond to James's inquiry.
I think I'd like to use my PowerPoint.
Okay, power-up time. So both our prosecution and our defendant have a power-up today. The defendant power-up is a PowerPoint presentation they will use to further make their convincing argument. Brittnay, go ahead.
We're going to cover a few different subjects in this PowerPoint. But first of all, ghosts exist and they're nice, folks. Okay, I'm going to get into some physics stuff here. So I'm basing this all on the law of conservation of energy per the beloved Albert Einstein. This theory states that energy can either be created or destroyed. It can only be converted from one form to the other. So that's kind of my whole baseline of what I think ghosts are. I think ghosts are the energy that remains, or that's in a human being, and then when we die, the energy goes somewhere. Into the air, into another dimension perhaps. Let's continue. Nice, definition I spouted out before, pleasant, agreeable, satisfactory. By this definition, isn't any sign of life after death nice? Ghosts are giving us a gift by revealing themselves. That is objectively nice. This is why they are not always revealing themselves all the time. This is the block universe theory. Long story short, this is the theory that all time is happening all the time. Time is not linear, it is on top of each other. So when you experience a ghost or a spirit or whatever other term you'd like to use for them, that is them bleeding through from another dimension. And I just also wanted to add that, look, science obviously can't be the end of this discussion. So I ask you, even if you might not believe in ghosts, have you ever had a spooky experience you can't explain? And isn't it pleasant, agreeable, or satisfactory to know that you are not alone?
Wow. I know that I'm not here to be convinced, except I am because I'm deciding. This is an interesting one, right? Because, you know, I've had those experiences, but then I wonder, you know, is it good to know we're not alone? Question for y'all, did anyone expect to see some theoretical physics?
I was kind of expecting like pictures of ghosts more than that, but yeah.
That's fair.
Well, this is going well so far. We do want to take a quick second to thank our sponsor for letting all of this happen.
But before we get into it, I want to tell you about this video sponsor, Grubhub. Shoot days in the Wisecrack studio can get pretty long, or at least they can feel that way when I flub my lines. Right, guys? Maybe? But the only thing that can derail a shoot more than messing up my lines is the sound of a grumbling stomach, which is why I rely on Grubhub to bring my favorite food straight to the studio before the hanger sets in. Thanks to the Grubhub guarantee, I know I'm getting my snacks for the lowest price and quickest turnaround. And to prove it, I'm gonna place an order and see if I can record a full episode of A Philosopher Reacts before it arrives. But what do you think, Wisecrack? Be sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to ring that bell. Oh, my order has arrived. Okay. Well. Okay, so everything with this order, seems correct. I got a Thai curry, as well as some tofu and veggies, and some egg rolls in there as well. But if anything was missing, or if it arrived after the estimated delivery time, the Grubhub guarantee would ensure everything is made right. Click the link in the description to order your local favorites and test the Grubhub guarantee for yourself. And now, back to the show. Time for me to eat.
Now, before we go any further, I do want to ask one thing. I want to check in with everyone, okay? It's going to be kind of tense. We're kind of fighting right now. Prosecution, you're 3 questions in. How are you feeling? James, I'm going to start with you because I can't make sense of your general affect, facial expressions, or attire choices.
Thank you. Many people have that issue. I mean, she makes some interesting points. Clearly now she's kind of changing her subject by having different planes of reality. So I think we maybe need to define on what plane of reality these ghosts exist, because if we're going to be throwing out circles and boxes and theories, I think anything could happen.
I am kind of feeling like we're missing a piece of the argument, like a main one, which is ghosts exist. I mean, that's like, we're really dropping the ball on this one.
Okay, Brittnay, how are you feeling at this point? You know, this is uncomfortable.
It's very tense, you know,
Yeah.
you can kind of like feel it in the air.
No, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I feel like my argument's good, my presentation's good, and I'm ready to defend this till the end, so.
Yeah. Well, let's get back into it then. You have a question each remaining. You either got to put the nail in the coffin or show that you don't have what it takes to defeat this argument. Who's ready?
Where do these ghosts hang out?
That's a good question. You know, my box diagram, I think, was kind of a good illustration. They're just floating around in the box.
No. Where specifically, if I wanted to see a ghost, could I go and prove your point?
If you wanted to see a ghost?
Are you looking for GPS coordinates, James?
Yeah, I mean, I do know haunted houses you can go to.
Okay.
Okay, there's several in Savannah, Georgia, 45 minutes from my hometown, one of the most haunted cities in America. There's several ghost tours you can do there.
There's nothing in that PowerPoint that proved that ghosts exist.
I mean,
I have never had a run-in with a spooky thing that I couldn't, like, I believe that people believe in them. I believe I don't know exactly what's up in the universe, but nothing that has been presented to us has proved that there's a ghost, and your thesis is what?
Well, that they're real and that they're
exist,
nice.
And that they're nice. But we haven't yet established if they exist, so I want to know.
Where does the human energy go when we die?
But that's not evidence that there are ghosts, just because we don't know
But there's,
where.
it's,
Are we-
there's also
are
no
we
evidence that
answering
there's not
questions?
ghosts.
Hey, order.
Sorry, Dad.
It's okay.
And I would just like to say, though I might not be able to prove, unless one of the ghosts in this room want to come help me, that ghosts are real and here right now, I am trying hard to convince you.
It's a valiant effort.
Thank you.
You're making a valiant effort. I want to believe you, it's just that I don't.
So my question is, I live every day like there is no tomorrow. I do not believe in the afterlife. I need to be convinced, how is that nice for me that ghosts exist? I don't believe that it's nice that there is another reality beyond this one. I actually find it very disturbing.
But I guess the answer to that is, can I say a question back?
You have 49 seconds, 47 seconds of whatever you want.
Do you think it's nice to know the truth, even if it sometimes hurts? Is it good to know the truth, or would you rather be blissfully ignorant?
I like my truth. I believe in my truth. I think that's nice.
But if you could be convinced, or if you had something in front of you that did convince you there was an afterlife, even though you don't believe in that now, or not even an afterlife, we could still go back to the time is always happening. It's not an afterlife, it's just an all life sort of situation.
Yes.
Is that nice to know the truth?
That would be nice, but I am not convinced.
It's getting a little intense. I didn't expect that, because now we're debating, like, is heaven real? Is an afterlife real?
And I was hoping it would get to this.
Are our dead relatives
did this to us.
I wanted to talk
still
about God.
watching us? You know, like, it's a lot, and we did not pay to have a priest on site today.
Maybe you did.
You look like an evangelical minister who's gonna sell that potion to an old lady to, like, cure her diabetes.
Exactly.
Okay, you have a power up. I'll give you a second to decide what you all want to do with it collectively.
You are saying that ghosts are nice because making themselves known
Yes.
is an objectively nice thing.
Yes.
Which I disagree with that it's objectively nice.
The definition of nice part of it is satisfactory, but okay.
But I don't think it's satisfactory. Like, I could be
Okay, we'll
scared
take that up
by,
with
by
Merriam-Webster.
a ghost, and I'm like, but anyway, what you're saying is ghosts are nice, and then your argument is that being shown that ghosts are real is nice. You're not saying that the ghosts themselves are nice. So how are ghosts nice if they could be haunting me, and it's nice that I know that ghosts exist, but the ghost itself isn't nice. It's trying to haunt me.
Knowing that the ghosts are around is satisfactory. That checks the box of nice. That's it. That's the end. I'm just gonna keep saying, that's it, that's the end, that's it, that's the end, that's it, that's the end, until 2 minutes expires.
Okay.
But I have to keep going?
Yeah.
You can do it.
You lose automatically if you don't get.
If
through
I
this.
can't keep talking about a haunted ghost, that's still not nice. Okay, yeah, the definition of nice is agreeable, pleasant, satisfactory. It's satisfactory to know that there is another realm where ghosts go, even if they're bad. You know, I have family members that were pieces of shit, right? I didn't like those family members.
Names.
I will not name names, but they're gone now, you know, and they're not my problem anymore. But would it be nice to get a penny from them and to be like, you had some personality issues, but like, it's nice to know you're around somewhere.
You're halfway
It's
there.
nice to have a confirmation of this other realm that I'm so deeply invested in and interested in. Yes, that is satisfactory to me. That is agreeable to me, and it is pleasant to me.
Wow, 47 seconds.
And, you know, other synonyms of nice are pleasant, which is part of the definition. And I did used to live in a haunted house, and this is where my whole kind of experience is coming from, because I did grow up in a haunted house with my brother. We lived there for like months when I was a child. We'd wake up all the time at the same time in the middle of the night, and like doors would open, and the house flooded 3 times, and there was no problems with the pipes. So That's kind of my whole
you bring that up earlier?
personal
Yeah,
connection
that's
to
a
the
good
ghost
thing.
thing.
Absolutely.
But talking about it, that was an unpleasant
upset.
experience. The flooding of the house, I didn't like that. I was a kid. I was scared.
That's it.
Is it pleasant to know though, like, okay, but this is coming from another realm, time on top of time? Yes. Knowledge to me, pleasant to know more of. Always. That's always nice to me.
Operative term to you.
Knowledge, pleasant to know more of. If there's one thing we've learned today,
Effort.
no matter if we agree or disagree, we've learned that knowledge is pleasant to know more of.
Yes. I stand by that.
I'm going to assume the text is on the screen right now, and right here it says, knowledge is pleasant to know more of. So we've had a journey here, and I would say I did not expect things to get as spiritually intense as they were. We have someone who's here on camera saying that there's dead pieces of shit in her family that she wants pennies from. That's a thing
I would.
that was said.
Penny once in a while.
You know, we have people over here who are expressing pretty firmly held beliefs about the nature of the human soul and the afterlife. And I'm torn. But I will say this. The energy argument makes sense. The idea that there's a finite amount of energy in the universe and that doesn't just extinguish like that. Once your grandma dies, it goes somewhere. I'm convinced. However, the question that our prosecution came back to repeatedly, well, there's two. One, what is nice? Right? You had a definition from a dictionary, but in the olden days, dictionaries had definitions for racist words, probably. So who can say? Another argument they brought up repeatedly is the presupposition of the existence of ghosts as such. That one I'm a little here for. So I'm gonna say the winner of the potion. Magic. I gotta give it to the prosecution. I hate to do this. It's just that we had a lot of terms here, and I think what we all learned is the nature of belief. We tried to debate something and figure out if something was objectively true. We learned that truth is what we want it to be. As Soren Kierkegaard said in the work Concluding Unscientific Postscripts to Philosophical Fragments, he said truth is subjectivity, meaning truth is what we make it, truth is what it means for us, and it is true for you, and I don't want to take that away from you. It's true that ghosts are real and they're nice for you. For Dan, it's true that when he dies, he's gone, and every day is all that there is. Well, thank you again to Brittnay Johnston for coming through today, for going through the gauntlet, for trying to defend this. Any final words?
Yeah, if you guys all get haunted tonight or later, don't come crying to me because ghosts aren't real and they aren't nice.
Holy shit. Well, if there's one group of people I hope are pleasantly haunted tonight, it's Ashton Herrild. Thank you for being here.
Thank you,
Dan
man.
Hodapp, and James Larson. I'm Michael Burns. Come back again for a journey into the heart of human exploration, curiosity, and inquiry, and debate, and fun and laughs on Hot Take.